Hi everyone and welcome back to LPB Racing for the LPB IMSA series on GT Sport. This is race 2 of round 1 of the series at the replica of the Daytona 24 Hours, which is actually going to be Blue Moon Speedway Infield A. So this is the second race. We've got Division 2 in the LMPs now, and we've got Division 1 down in the GTs. So you can see them there in the GT cars. We've got quite a few different cars in this one as well. I've got Will alongside me again. It's going to be an epic race, this one, Will.
If this race is anything like race 1, we'll have a really good race on our hands.
So, right, let's go through with the pace lap, and I'll leave Will to introduce you to the cars and also a few keynotes of the track. 3, 2, 1, play.
Alright, so going off the pace lap, the two new guys going, again, amazing everybody, with another 1-2 in their Acura Toyota cars. They are in the Acura Team Penske liveried cars.
Move off the grid.
And now MGR will have the pole, and Florida Man will be right behind them. Firepower, again, taking another third place in his Core Autosport Toyota, and then Keith right behind him in his Core Autosport Toyota. Right, and then after that, we'll have Blakeney in the JDC Miller Motorsports 919, which would be based off an Orca P2 car, and then we'll have Will right behind him in the same or JDC Miller Motorsports Orca. Then we go to the Infineon Audi, Team Yost of Steve Paramore and Bradas, following each other. They struggle a little bit in these Audis too, but I think a lot of that is just how the track goes to these cars.
They've not had much testing time either.
And yeah, they also didn't have very much testing time. They came into this race basically right before. Then right there, the Corvettes. Corvette will take pole in GTLM.
That's how you drive a Corvette, boys. TY on pole. Come on, Will.
TY will be on pole, and then we have Woo Woo in the wins at Riley Motorsport car, Mercedes, right in second place. Stevie will be in the Monteplas by Land Motorsport Audi, taking third in class, and then Red Bull will be right behind him in the Monteplas car. Then we'll have the first of the Jags in Division 1 GT in the TWR inspired livery car. And then right behind him we'll have Neil in the second of the Corvettes, and then Rada's in the last of the Mercedes AMG Wins cars.
So thank you for that, Will. As we go on to the start of the race, just getting into line. We'll let you go through the little keynote later on, Will, as we get into the race. We don't want to miss the start. So we've got Florida Man MGR holding the pace. Keith and Firepower need to get a bit closer than that to the leaders because they're leaving a bit of a gap there. But we are ready to go here at Blue Moon Speedway as we get ready for the off. We'll see the lights. Well, we'll not see the lights go, but we will see the cars go as we get the countdown. And it should be now. We are off. And away we go. Look at the hybrids. Here they come. I know they're all hybrid in this one, but the TSO30 is getting swamped here into turn 1. Firepower takes the lead. And then Florida Man goes through back on the inside of Blake, who gets a fantastic start. Firepower goes wide. Oh my word, it's all happening. All chopping and changing.
Oh, we have 2 cars off.
2 cars off. Florida Man and Blake make contact, and Florida Man goes off to wait. Blake gets tucked round. And I think was there any other cars involved in that, Will? It was all happened so quickly.
I swear I saw smoke come from the GT cars, but that may have been TY locking up because he does not run ABS. But so far, we had Blake in the JDC Miller Motorsport Red Dragon Gainsco car off. And it looked like I saw one of the Acura
and Steve Paramore.
One was also off, and I saw one of the Acuras kind of hanging back on the side, Florida Man, so I think he may have had something to do with that.
Yeah, Florida Man and Blakeney made contact into the corner, Will, and then obviously that meant that sort of Steve Paramore I don't think had anywhere to go. So very unfortunate circumstances there. But now the main issue for Blake and Steve Paramore now is that they've got to actually get through this GT field, and this GT field technically could race these for position.
Yeah, at this point in the race, they could race him for position. Yeah, there's no point, but I don't see anybody that would do that. But they could, and now they've got to work their way around them. And so far, Ian now goes to the 2 core cars will now go from 3rd and 4th on the grid to 1st and 2nd.
So takes really good in the Audi.
And wow, the Audi now coming alive.
Oh, Will into the wall. Massive sparks there from Will's car. I think it must have had a contact with MGR or something, because that car has darted towards the wall there. Unlucky for Will, but not the cleanest of opening laps for the Division 2 guys. Looks like they're getting a bit caught out with the speed of the cars, but looks like we're all good. As in the GT class now, Woo Woo takes the lead from TY, so Mercedes leads from Corvette, and we've got Stevie in the Audi R8 in 9th place, as Blake and Steve Paramore work their way through the pack as well. So quite close in Division 1, but Division 2 are quite spread out and a bit manic, should we say.
Yeah, Division 2, it seems like they spread out very quickly. I was kind of surprised
MGR
about
off
that.
on the grass! Oh, into the wall. MGR off onto the grass. Don't worry, we'll get a sentence out here at some point. So that this drama doesn't stop as MGR and Will go off the track at the same time. Will having massive understeer issues. I wonder if he's still got that controller issue that he's had for the past few months. He's been trying to get it sorted out, but looks like he's still having massive understeer issues. That's not just a hybrid kicking in. That's got to be something controller related for definite. Because the other Porsche is not really having too many problems, apart from, well, obviously getting hit, but but GT battle is going into the stadium as Stevie's now in front of TY. What's happening to TY, Will? He's going backwards here.
I'm not entirely sure. That's surprising from TY to see him going backwards that quickly. I don't see any. He probably does. Knowing TY, probably wanting to sit back and save fuel.
Yeah, so probably sitting back, saving fuel behind Stevie, and obviously if he knows that Stevie's going a bit quick at the minute, he might be able to pull him up to Woo Woo. So could be a valid strategy, but we'll see how it goes. Meanwhile, in the lead, it is Keith passes Firepower. The two Toyotas pass each other. And again, sorry, the names are escaping my head. I will have to track the names and jot them down. But the Toyotas swap place. The Keith goes ahead of Firepower. Brad is still holding on to third here. Very impressive, but looks like MGR has got on the pace now as Will understeers wide. Florida Man goes straight past. Will having major issues here.
Yeah, and you can tell, even when that doesn't happen, the pace is there. It's just that controller issue that they seem to be having. Just is really hindering that car.
So we got Brothers. Look at the speed of the Audi on the straight. We got that is quite impressive speed. Oh, MGR! Massive dive into the first corner, but unfortunately can't get through as Brothers puts the anchors on and stops that from happening. But looks like Brothers is under big pressure here, Will.
Yeah, and he really is. And now you're starting to see the prototypes kind of splitting up a little bit into groups of two almost, battling with each other. So that's really going to be interesting to see what these guys will do to stay together and try to get back up to the front. MGR
alongside Brothers, and Brothers defends into the next corner, gives him a little sort of a squeeze, no way through there. This is where, massive slide from MGR. Now the thing is with the TS030 and the Audis, they've both got sort of not very good hybrid systems, but they've got quite good internal combustion engine power. So this could be the difference maker as we go onto the straight, and this is where they'll catch the Toyotas up. But obviously the Toyotas are superior in that midsection.
Yeah, the Toyotas are really good in that section, but Brados goes way wide. Almost looks like he let him through, but now he's going to try to get the undercut.
I don't think he's a rookie anymore. Will. He's come a long way. We've seen Brados grow and grow within this group, and MGR bullies him out of the way as he says, right, well, okay, that's how you do a cutback, sunshine. But Brados then not letting him have it easy. Really putting his cards on the table here.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, they're fighting really hard at the beginning of this race, and I don't know how that would really work for them, because that's going to really throw their strategy off if they're wearing these tires out quicker than they expected.
Yep, so as Will goes wide and into a wall again, definitely with issues with that controller. He needs to get a new controller ASAP, and I would imagine he will for next week, because with the state of his driving in this one, he's going to have to. If he doesn't, then it's not really his own. It's not his own fault. It's the equipment, but he's going into the wall again. Not having a good race at all. Blake's closing up to him and still Steve Paramore. But then back in the GTs, the battle is raging on here in the GTs. We've been missing this. Woo Woo and TY together now, and we've got Stevie must have pitted. Look at that! Look at the freshness of that those left-hand side tyres. He must have been in the pits, but I don't think he has.
He must have been.
Must have been a mistake somewhere. Look at the lap times.
He must have, because the lap times don't suggest he pitted, so he's fallen way back.
I've just seen, Will, if you look at Bitzer's car and look at Stevie's car, and then O'Neill's, and then Stevie's. You can see the rear tyre starting to go. The mid-engine car. Remember, it's the mid-engine car, the Audi, so not good with the tyre wear. Rear right tyre really having issues here, and that's not going to help traction.
No, it really won't, because those right sides are really getting used on this track. And he's going to try to make it work.
We know Bidster doesn't give up without a fight, but we know that Red Bull does exactly the same, if not better than Bidster. He does not give up, but Bidster goes through. Rodders gets a chance to have a go, but thinks better of it. So looks like the Audis. Well, one Audi's struggling with tyres, one Audi's getting really fired up here, but Bidster's caught in the middle of this.
Yeah, so these GT cars are really starting to create a pack and really starting to fight. I mean, everybody is fighting hard early in this race, and LMPs are already coming around. Now Keith's got to try to get through this battle.
Bidster's got past Stevie on the exit of the corner, Will. He's just got through on the inside, and he's now on the inside of Stevie onto the straight, and the Jaguar's a bit like the Peugeot, it's a bit quicker onto the straight, and Stevie gets absolutely pushed out wide. Keith's going to be thinking, what the hell are these nutters doing? I'm trying to get past them all. And Keith now gets swamped as we all go through the banking. Incredible onto the straight. Rodder's now alongside Bidster. It's all happening back here. The most entertainment is at the back of the field. 3 wide.
And now they're going to go 3 wide, but you can tell Stevie backed out of that. That was a smart move. Now MGR is going to get caught up behind the Wins car. And now he's going to lose some time, but try to see if he can take him over into turn 2 and makes it happen. Now Firepower is stuck.
Stevie thinks it's Formula Drift. Rodders goes out wide. Bidster's there, and Firepower's thinking, well, I can't get past them. Keith's just gone. Firepower now gets past, but look, Florida Man and Bradders have caught to the back of this now as well.
And this is going to get interesting.
Florida Man!
Bang!
Contact with Firepower and Stevie takes Stevie clean out. That could be a penalty, because you remember, if the I don't think I mentioned this before, but if the prototypes cause a problem with the GT cars, the prototypes could get penalised for it. So that's going to have to be looked at. But Florida Man definitely massively late on the brakes there, and Stevie's had a bit of an incident there with him.
Yeah, and that's going to probably end up resulting in a penalty, because he impeded the GT car. So that's really going to now put a damper on Stevie's race, because now he's got to try to catch back up to these guys. And
it wasn't his fault at all. He was minding his own business, and that happened. But meanwhile, at the front, Keith at the front, and MGR's caught right up here. So MGR's had absolutely brilliant work in the traffic, and Keith now under pressure. And Keith's got better tyres though, so MGR's been working the tyres a lot harder on that TSO 30. So how do you see this playing out?
I mean, with the tire wear out at the moment, Keith's going to have the better traction on the corners and just stability-wise. But the Acura behind him, that we're going to call it, is going to really struggle on tire wear and grip coming out of corners.
Like I got told off mid-sentence there. I'm sorry, Will. I'm trying. I'm just so used to
it's confusing me too, because the car they're in and it says Acura on it, you know, it's Toyota.
Yeah. You see, no wonder I'm confused. See, you're trying to get used to the teams, and you put different badges on them. It's like, I can't win. But anyway, we've got Keith in the lead with MGR right behind him now, really close behind him, and you've got to wonder if it's a matter of time. But again, Keith holding his nerve here, not really letting him through. As we look back, Firepower's finally cleared the traffic. We've got Bradders now coming through. Bradders got quite a good run through there. Florida Man in faith, he's trying to get through the traffic. Now Bradders,
big loss from Bradders.
Bradders made a mistake there, and Florida Man's hit him again, and off the track they go. The GTs are like, my God, can't these guys just go away? Because we're trying to do his own battle here. But Bradders then goes back down. I think, how did he slide initially, Will? Was it just rear end in the grass, or was it tyres?
He went way wide, sliding a little bit, but it was catchable. But then all of a sudden that rear end just touched that grass, and then from then it was that wheel spin that he had with that hybrid power trying to get put down. Just it lost it and spun the whole car around.
And you got to remember as well, the Audi is also rear wheel drive internal combustion engine, but also it's rear wheel drive with the hybrid as well. Everything comes through the back wheels, so all of a sudden you get 900 horsepower going through the back end, and it kind of gets a bit frisky.
Yeah, now you see, now you look in the background back there, you see Blake trying to get back up this battle, so traffic has really slowed these prototypes down, and it's all about who can manage the traffic the
Blake
best.
goes through the middle, and TY and Woo absolutely bossed that one as we go through the corner, but Woo and TY are in their own battle, and Blake's just like, I'll just go through here. But Blake really catching up, yeah, like you said, Will, he's done absolutely epic in the traffic, and looks like Blake could be a contender here. He could even be on for a top 4.
And that's what it's looking like so far. It was just that incident at the beginning of the race really hindered him. Now Bradas is going wide there again. You can tell he's really struggling with that car.
Yeah, he's really struggling putting the power down. But we've got MGR in the pits, first prototype to pit on lap 13 of the race. We've got Firepower and Keith, they've been released then. So Firepower's been released from MGR. Firepower now can try and get some lap. MGR, medium tyres.
He's going to try to go for the long stint. Now, Florida Man and Bradas are both in on the same time. Looks like the Florida Man just takes tires only, and Bradas will come out, and he takes a little bit of fuel with tires. So
that could be
a
good idea.
He's trying to play his strategy. It really could be. It could offset another pit stop. So it depends on where it's going to put that second pit stop at. That could put the rest of his pit stop for the race.
Yeah, because that means that the next pit stop could be a bit quicker and could help with track position. So that could be a good idea. But also, well, he's not done too bad for traffic now because he can get past Neil and TY before the next corner. But Neil and TY in the Corvettes then running together in GT. TY in the lead. Neil in second. We've got Woo Woo now down in. Where's Woo Woo gone? 14th. Oh, he's pitted. Right, okay. I wonder where he went. But yeah, Woo Woo's pitted early, so he's one of the first GT ones to do a pit stop. So yeah, he's at 3/4 of a tank, so could be all right. We'll see how he goes. Rodders is just ahead, but Red Bull and Stevie looking like they're just. It just looks like it's tyre issues to me.
Yeah, it looks like that's the biggest issue for those Audis is going to be tire wear. And that's really going to hinder those cars throughout the season.
Yeah, and Bidster goes through, and the tyre's not looking too great on that F-Type either as we go through the corner. Now we Bidster and Red Bull into the pits, and now we've got also Rodders joining them as well. 3 cars to the pit lane. Will, over to you in the pit lane. I'm going to focus on the on-track action.
So Bid, Rodders, and Red Bull are all in at the same time. Looks like Bidster is going to take some fuel. Rodders is going to take fuel, and Red Bull are all taking fuel with tires on their stops. Bid's going to be the first one released. He's going to be taken. Bid took a little over 3/4 of a tank. Red Bull took about they all took about the same amount of fuel. So that's really yeah, it's like they read each other's mind on how much fuel to take. They all took the same amount. That
was incredible. They all go into the same order, but a bit more spread out. But now they come out in the same order, but very close together. So it looks like Rodders did the biggest gain there. Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. But the Mercedes versus Audi versus Jaguar battle continues, and now they've got Firepower and MGR coming up to the back of them now. And just looking back to that battle, Firepower has he been caught by MGR or has he passed MGR? I can't remember what the situation was there. I think he's been caught by him. But 59s on medium tyres. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, he still has the pace now, and he's going to try to overtake Firepower, but he held by a GT car, but he gets it. Now they're going to be 3 wide with the GT car, and MGR is going to get it as Keith now the leader dives in.
And the Firepower now getting back in the draft. Firepower's on the inside. Can he get the line? No, he can't. The camera deceived it. Keith gets out ahead of them both, like you were just saying there, Will. So looks like MGR's caught up, but is MGR now on the wrong tyres? The talk of the race continues. Is the tyre choice the right one?
And that's going to really show up during this stint. Is really going to show if that was a bad decision or not. Because of how small this track is, you lose time, and it's almost impossible to catch up unless, traffic-wise. That's when you can catch up, is when the leaders mismanage traffic. If you get too far behind, that means you can go a lap down very quickly at this track.
And speaking of leaders, GT leader is in. TY is in the pits. Woo Woo's coming down the straight. Will, this could be a close one. We've got Neil Farmack just behind as well. TY's still in the pits. Woo Woo's coming through. And TY's just coming out the pits now. And he's going to be behind his teammate. Yes, he is. So TY goes back down to 3rd place then. So he's gone for the just over three-quarter of a tank. So could that work? This is more or less what his teammate did.
And it's basically what his teammate did. You can tell they're not doing a split strategy, so that strategy must be working as TY goes a bit
Keith
wide
gets
as
caught
two
out,
types.
and MGR tries to go through the middle. God, this guy's insane. He's new and he's insane, but he's cleanly insane though. It's heart in your mouth stuff, but it's clean, Will. You've got to admit that. It's as clean as you can get.
Yeah, it's a very clean race so
not
far.
Not now. Contact as we go out the corner. Keith gets a bit, he goes a bit slow around the corner, and MGR just taps the back of him. And now the catch up to Neil, goes one each side, but MGR's on the inside line. Could that give him the run onto the straight that he needs? Because he's got the top end speed. Will, over to you.
Yeah, now it looks like Keith is going to get the run. He's going to get the draft off Woo Woo there. And MGR, he's going to take a look going down to turn 1, but not enough room to close the gap. So now MGR is going to the draft really helped Keith out there with that. And now he's really going to put the pressure on going through this infield, because that TSO 30 compared to the 050 is really good in this infield section.
And just quickly looking back to GTs, we've got Red Bull, Rodders and Bidster all together as well, and Bradders is like, just make a gap, please. And he hits Rodders off, he's lost it into Bidster. Contact with the and Red Bull's gone round as well. Red Bull got tagged in all that as well. Bradders caused a massive pile up. NGR's around. Oh no, he's off as well. So it's all happened there. But yeah, from the instant that I saw, it was Bradders sort of hit Rodders into a massive tank slapper, which took out most of his class around him. Clumsy there by Bradders. But what happened to MGR? Will fill us in.
So going into the hairpin, MGR took a really hard look to the inside, got up next to Keith. A little bit of contact there. They come out that double apex corner, and MGR kind of gave it up, and looked like he was going to get the run out of it. And as soon as he got out of it, you could tell that car was getting a little unsettled, and got on that curb and then just went completely around. He didn't lose a lot of time, surprisingly. He's not that far off of firepower, but you just tell he got on it a little too much too quickly.
Yeah,
and he goes off again, losing way too much.
I think that's
speed.
red mist and tyres. Red mist and tyres. So he's got as much red mist as he has on his Acura there, but definitely red mist there. But the medium tyres, I don't think that was the tyre to choose. But we'll see at the next stop whether he agrees with us or not. But we'll see about that later. So there's Bradders in 5th place. He was sort of involved in the incident with Rodders and that. So a bit of contact in them ones as well. But unfortunately, that's what happened. But again, in the replays in the debrief at the end, that'll get sorted, and we'll see what penalties get applied after the race. So, go on, Will.
Alright, now these guys need to calm down a little bit. We're at the halfway point. It's just been all out since the beginning.
We'd like to breathe, please. Will needs a breather, and I need a breather as well. But so let's just have a little rundown of the positions. I'll run down through DPI first. We've got Keith in the lead in DPI with Firepower in 2nd. We've got MGR in a close 3rd, with Florida Man in 4th. We've got Bradders in 5th. We've got Blake 6th, who's not too far behind him now. Blake again recovering quite well, and Will 7th, with Steve Paramore in 8th.
And now in GTLM, we have Woo Woo in the leading Mercedes, leading that class. Then not far behind, we have the Corvettes and what you would call the classic Corvette formation, running 1-2, looking to
They're always running together.
Always running together, one in 2nd and 3rd, looking for that.
It's really just one car split
first
to 2.
place spot. Basically, at this point, that's what Corvette is. And then behind them, we have the Audi of Stevie.
As well.
Low fuel too, so he'll probably be in within the lap. And then Bidster behind him in the Jaguar. And then behind that we have Rados in the 2nd Mercedes. Now, I'm not doing as well as the leading car, but he's had his moments in the race, getting up there and fighting. And then behind him, last is Red Bull, not having a good day in that Audi.
No, especially not having a good day, and definitely Bradders is off the Christmas card list, I think, with Red Bull and Rodders. So Stevie's in the pits as well. The Audi comes in. The Audi really struggling on tyres here, and looks like it's sucking quite a bit of fuel as well, with it being a V10 as well. So definite problems for the Audi here. Doesn't look like Stevie and Red Bull are quite comfy with the car. Red Bull wasn't doing too bad until Bradders came along, but we'll see about that at the end of the race anyway. Right, let's try and piece together some action then for you. We've got the main action at the minute is in GT class, as usual. We've got Woo Woo, Neil Farmack and TY all close together, and the two formation vets are catching the Mercedes.
Yeah, them two are really working together and making those cars faster with the draft and working together and really hunting down that Mercedes. And that's what we even see with the real vets. That's what they do in real life. And now they've managed to make it work here.
TY saving more fuel than Neil, but also Woo Woo's tyres are worse. I don't know whether that's just because he pitted later or whether that's the actual Mercedes on tyres, Will, but not looking as healthy as the Corvettes around him.
Yeah, no, it's not. But I mean, that Mercedes has had pace in it, pretty much since the beginning drop of the green. So it's just that he doesn't really have that that teammate to work with up front, with Radas being at the back. But he has the pace, and he's been fighting them two vets off since the start.
Yeah, he's on his own, and he's got a mirror full of yellow, which is not the best thing to have and you need, but especially when Neil and TY are driving them. But we've got a car in the pits. Firepower is in. Firepower in the pits then from third place. Front right tyre, sorry, looking a bit worse for wear. He's in the pits, putting some fuel in. Keith keeps going round, so Keith looks like he's a bit better off with strategy in this one. So we'll have to see how that goes as the race progresses. MGR is in second place now with Florida Man in third. Florida has kept on the soft tyres. Less fuel though, so looks like he's going to be coming in soon.
Yeah, I imagine to see him in within a lap to fill that car back up with fuel and also take a new set of tires while he's at it because they're getting a bit low. And again, the two new guys really up at the front, but no one has been able to really touch Keith in this race. He is just off to the races. Yeah. And he's had the pace since the drop of the green, and now he's really stretching that lead out.
The two Corvettes have passed the Mercedes. Sorry, Will. The two Corvettes have passed the Mercedes. I wonder if Woo made a mistake or it was maybe that Neil opened the door for TY. But two vets now, they're still in formation as usual, but they are now in the lead, 1 and 2. Woo goes down the place. Could that be retire related, Will?
And it very much could be. I mean, Woo-Woo's tires are gone compared to the vets, and he's going to stay out another lap. I think he's going to go ahead, and they're going to battle now, and he's going to try to take it back to the vets going into turn 1. He's going to try to make this 3 wide, I think.
And the Mercedes tries to school the vets as they go into the corner. T1 on the outside line. Woo holds the inside. Neil Farmack's like, bye. But you see, this is what happens, Corvettes, when you break formation. See, things happen. There's a reason why they stay together, Will.
And they're still able to stay together now. They're not too wide, and they're going to make it work, but Woo-Woo's going to stay alongside them and try to get the rundown out of the hairpin. Yeah, as TY will try and defend best he can, but he can't do too much with Neil around. Neil does the defending job, making sure that Woo-Woo can't get 2 places. He might be able to get 1, but not 2. Side by side through the hairpin under the bridge. Woo-Woo takes the place. So Woo-Woo takes the second place back, but now he's in a Corvette sandwich, and that is probably an even worse place to be. Yeah, that's not a good place to be, is between them vets like that.
They want their
formation back. and now, I mean, the thing is, ever since that happened, Neil has got a run out of nowhere and is really leaving them as Keith's going to come through and take another lap off their race.
Yep, Keith goes through.
Neil had a big gap, but that draft has really put them back together, and Woo is going to try to make a look down the inside. But I don't know.
He's in there. There's a little twitch from the Corvette. The rear end of the Corvette got snappy, which is not normal for a GT Corvette anyway. But we go around the outside, and he's going to hold the inside now for the inside line. But no, Woo gets him. But fuel levels, Will, critical, red.
And I think Woo-Woo's only hope is maybe hoping that they're going to stop with him, but that's not going to happen.
Wow.
TY has almost a half a tank of fuel in the car, so he's good, and his tires are good. Neil will probably
that a V6 in there.
That's what they're making it look like. That's what TY's making it look like.
Did he hit the Ford V6?
But Neil, he will be in within the few laps, but Woo-Woo will imagine to be in this lap. So that lead he got back. The only thing that you can tell with that is it's just better to go in. Neil's going to fake it.
I thought they were all going to go in. I thought they were all going to go in at the same time there. So, yeah, I think, was Neil trying to put his teammate off there, Will? Strange. Don't want to be doing that. Oh, Neil lets TY go. That's a turnout for the Bucks.
Yeah, so now these two Corvettes, you can tell they're really working together, and it's worked because now they are 1-2 leading GT and going to be having a gap to Woo Woo because there's a big gap to Bid to them. Woo Woo Bid is just
race on
now.
For fourth. Race on for fourth. Sorry, Will. Race on for fourth place in LMP. Firepower versus Florida Man, and we've got Bradders and Will not too far off as well. Firepower goes onto the inside line, but Florida Man tries to go right round the outside of him. As what's Firepower doing that low? He needs to get up the track a bit, otherwise he's going to get past. But Firepower's been out the pits, and they've both been out the pits quite recently, and they're both pressuring each other. Now Bradders is on both of them.
And now also you can see that yellow Porsche coming in there too. So now we've all of a sudden got a four-way battle.
As Will goes to the inside, has he fixed that controller? Has he found some duct tape and taped it all together? Because he's now back with the field again. There's there we are. The understeer's back, but it worked for a lap. It worked for a lap because Will got purple, 58.2. But looks like it's gone dodgy again. But Bradders then gets ahead of Florida Man, and the Audi looking like it's really on fire here now. But that's caused Firepower to get away, and now we've got Blake in the pits, and he's going to come out just behind these boys as well. So it could be end up being a 4-car scrap. Incredible! Blake comes out of the pits in the middle of them. Oh my word, Will!
At the same time, Will overtakes Florida Man at the same time as Blake comes out. So that was going 3 wide out of nowhere.
Florida Man's being mugged here. Florida Man has been absolutely mugged here. Absolutely incredible. The two Porsches now together. Bradders in the mix of all this as well. Woo-woo's just like, okay, try not to hit me, please, as we go through the hairpins. MGR's in the medium from the medium tyre as well. I'll let you just look at that and see if he changes onto the softs. Meanwhile, I'll stay with this battle as Woo-woo's getting in the way now. Blake goes one way, Will tries to go the other way. Both Porsches go round each side of the Mercedes there. Incredible job, and Blake now up to head of his teammate. Blake has done the comeback of the race. Will to the pits.
And now MGR comes out. He's going to stay on the mediums. It takes just over a half. It resynced.
Yeah.
Now he's going to be back on the softs, and he's going to take a little more than a half a tank of fuel. So now they're starting to think about going to the end, but now at least make one more stop.
Holy hell!
Keith is gone.
He's pitting already, and MGR's only he's literally got half a lap on him. But obviously that's before this pit stop. So, but yeah, massive stuff happening here. Oh, we got a Corvette off the road there. That was Neil Farmack went off. So the Corvettes have been split up. TY is in 9th place, which is the lead of GT, and Neil's been in the pits. That's why they're split up. So yeah, Neil's been in, obviously, like you said, Will, with the fuel. So Woo-woo now, well, he's not too far back, but Neil's put a bit of a gap on him.
And now Keith will be out of the pits, taking more softs, and then get a half a tank of fuel coming out. So now Keith has this strategy absolutely nailed with that car.
That's to the end.
It's going to be close if it's the end. I think that's what Keith's wanting, is to try to get to the end, because he knows he has that gap and can save some fuel here and not throw the race away.
Yeah.
So I think Keith's going to try to stretch it.
Yeah. So MGR's just gone over half because he needs to try and push and do what he can. So he's going to try and push. Brad is holding a very, very, very encouraging 3rd place here, and definitely encouraging 3rd place. But he's got Firepower and Blake all over the back of him though, so not out of the woods yet.
And he's really going to have to try to fight for this here, and now
as well.
And yeah, and with no testing either. So it really is. And now it's just incredible that Brad can get back up here into a podium spot. And I mean, he's not gonna give it to him, because he has a train of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars coming after that spot. So it's going to be a battle with these 4 or 5 down to the end, with TY going in now. Oh, we have a car off. Steve Paramore has a back end into the wall and exit turn 1.
Yeah, I got that. He's just rejoining now before these other cars come round. So one Audi doing doing quite well. Steve Paramore just struggling with the car a bit here, and but again, remember they had restricted testing. Speaking of the Audi, there goes Bradders, and Steve Paramore just keeps to the side. And oh, he holds the others up. Was that in the playbook?
No, yeah, that looked like
contact.
That was a hold up right there from the other Audi. So that's really gonna change his battle out, and it really could be a penalty for blocking. Now he's going to let him through, but the damage has already been done with the gap Brad now has to the other cars.
Yeah, so that was a bit but I'm not sure if that was completely on purpose, Will, but it definitely looked like he wasn't aware of his surroundings, or either that or it was a bit too much. But yeah, but for Steve Paramore there, sort of. Again, both Audis have been in the wars in this one. I mean, Bradders, we're commending him for a good driving at the minute, but earlier on he did cause a big pile up with the GTs. Remember, with Rodders and Red Bull, but still going to be looked at as well. So, I don't think he's too safe just yet.
Yeah, no, he's not safe just yet, but he has a good run-in with the car. The block had nothing to do with him getting the spot. He's had the spot. It's just a few risky moments that we're going to have to look at.
Yeah, as we got, so let's have a little run through the GT order then. We've got Neil Farmack in the lead, just about 1/3 of a tank left. TY being passed by Woo-Woo now to turn 1. Oh, Woo on the inside, bang, contact between the two. Woo-Woo does a Matt Neal from British Touring Cars and absolutely just nails him in the side and goes through. So that was a bit brutal there. I don't know if you caught that, Will, but yeah, from my opinion, that were a bit brutal, that.
I didn't manage to catch that one, but at the time that was happening, Brad just got mugged by Florida Man and Blake. All of a sudden, he went down to 5th now, and Firepower is also hunting them down too. So he's trying to make up some spots to see if he can get them good team points with Keith leading and him trying to make up some points.
So Brad is trying to get past Blake there, but also just in front, Florida Man there getting in with Red Bull. Red Bull sort of in the way there, but also the other thing to consider as well, Florida Man AS is in 3rd place, but the tyres and fuel are worse than the others around him.
Yeah, so he's going to have to stop one more time, so that's really going to throw him off, and that's going to allow Blake to go up into 3rd.
And Brad, because I'm not sure if doesn't have enough fuel either.
Blake might just make it, and Brad's going to be tight. It's really going to be tight with these two cars if they're going to make it or not.
Definitely one thing you don't want to happen, but meanwhile Keith 58.9 doing his fastest lap of the race, his personal best, and just why not? If you're gonna drive to a certain pace, you might as well try and go for a good lap as well. So Keith doing a good job here in the lead. Keith goes wide.
Major slide.
See, commentator's curse. I said I said he's doing a good job, and that happened. So right, I'm not going to compliment him anymore. Keith, do better. But no, he's the LMP. Not LMP, DPI leader. See, I'm so used to this European stuff. Sorry, but I do apologise. I will get more American as we go on. I promise. But yes, Keith then laps the GT LM leader. See, it's just not natural. But I'm trying, I'm sorry. But let's go back to the 3rd place battle then in LMP. Florida Man 3rd place, Blake in 4th, Bradders 5th. Florida Man holding on, but I don't think the fuel and the tyres are going to be there, and Blake is proving that because the tyres are looking good on that Porsche, but not that line.
No, and if Blake would be smart here, he could get in behind Florida Man and turn the car down, the engine power down, and save some fuel. That's all he needs to do right now is save fuel, because at this point, Florida Man is going to have to pit.
And Bradders goes for it. Bradders on the Bradders on the inside. Oh, Bradders does a brilliant move. He uses Bidster to pass Blake. He went on the inside. Bidster was in the middle. Blake was on the outside. He went straight on the inside of him. Incredible move there by Bradders. But yeah, go on, Will, as you were saying.
But some of these guys that think they can make it, instead of racing this hard, they should be worried about saving fuel and turning the engine down and just drafting with somebody to try to save some fuel and see how far they can get with it. Because if they save enough, they can go to the end and not push as hard and save some tire wear.
Yeah, but well, try good luck telling a race driver to save fuel. It's not a message that's well received, as I think we know, Will. But yeah, it's you tell the race driver to start saving fuel, and he gets Marty's on. Yeah, you're right. They do need to start using their heads a bit. But I mean, I don't know. They might get to the end of this race. We're on lap 37. They could do it. I mean, Keith's in the same boat, really. Think about it, but a little bit more. I think the main worry at the minute is Florida Man and Blake, because they're the two with the lowest fuel in the class.
Yeah, they are in Florida, man. They're having a little bit of an off and a huge slide at the turn 3.
Good. Tyres on the way up.
Yeah, and then now we have another battle between Blake and Brad here, and Blake is going to get it by a whole car length for going into the hairpin. So he had a great run out of turn 3 and a good amount of braking power there. So yeah, I'm worried about Blake and Brad and Florida Man are the ones that I'm worried about. Florida Man, I don't think can make it. Blake I don't think he will, but if he did, it'd be tight, and Brad would be really tight too. So I think they may have to make one more stop, but we'll see. We only have about 4 or 5 laps to go. So
yeah, 38 and 41 now, so across the line. And yeah, Florida Man's got the issue of tyres as well, because his tyres are not looking good here, and the tyres could actually give up as he goes around the outside of Woo Woo, and there's contact there, but I think we're okay. Blake then goes through on the inside as Woo Woo just goes wide.
With a big off.
Yeah, big off for Florida Man there as well, just ahead, as Will just pointed out there, and Blake's now right on him. Will Blake get position hungry here and not look at the fuel? Yes, he is. He's going for the inside.
He's going to take third as Florida Man goes wide into the corner. He's almost like I think now he's going to maybe try to save some fuel, or he was going to look for the cutback, but it didn't work. Now Blake's going to be leading this pack around.
And Blake's going to have no chance saving fuel now, because if you're leading the pack, you've got all the air at the front. You can't draft, you can't save fuel. So he's now going to have to push, and hope that there's enough in that tank to get to the end. He's got TY ahead, that might help him out a little bit, but still, as long as he got to the inside, they'll go past TY together. It's a massive train here. We've got another car in the pitch, not quite sure who that is, but someone's in, but I'll focus on the battle as Blake goes into the corner. Florida Man on the outside line, trying to go around the outside. Blake holds the inside, but Florida Man, the grip of that TSO 30 around the outside. Incredible. Bradders is just sitting back watching this, thinking, right, just make a mistake, one of you. But Blake goes through.
And the car that would have been in was Neil. Neil is going to take tires and fuel to get him to the end. So now
Firepower's off.
Firepower is now off too. So
yeah, turn 2 off. Went in a bit too hot, I think. So he had a good start to the race, but just not quite got it together in this one. Just not really, I don't think, getting on with the track very well with this car.
Yeah, that's what I could tell. He had a good start at the beginning. It's just the more as the race went on, the more troubles he's had. So, I mean, it's really frustrating for Firepower, but go on to the next race and see what they can make of there.
So let's look back to the leaders then. Penultimate lap of this race, lap 40 of 41. Yes, we are here already. It's flown by as Keith is in the lead of the race then. He's about to start his last lap in a few corners. We've got MGR in second. Florida Man is, third for now with Blake, and now he's in the red on the fuel. I think he's just got enough to get to the end. I think Blake's going to be the main one to watch here. I think Bradders and Florida Man will be okay, but Florida Man's off! He's not okay because he's gone off the track, so there's a massive battle on here in the LMPs as Blake dives down the inside, and then, now could that be a push to pass, Will? Because that was a bit robust.
It very well could be. Blake, you can see, is getting really desperate to make this pass happen.
Florida Man elbows out.
No, everybody now has the elbows out, and it is fair game for everybody right now because they know this is all they have left to get this spot.
So it's all happening in LMP, but it's all happening in GT as well. We've got Woo Woo with 10, we've got Neil Farmack there. Actually, they're not as close as I thought they were, actually, so we'll just go back to this LMP battle. And we need to watch Keith cross the line as well, because he's actually almost at the line already. So he's flown us, Blake and Bradders and Florida Man 3 wide into the corner. Blake on the inside, Bradders gets shuffled out. Bradders is now going to be 5th. It's between Florida Man and Blake for the podium spot. Florida Man coming for the cutback, but we've got to look at the leader. It's Keith. What a fantastic job by Keith, Will, in this one.
Keith had an amazing job in this race to get that gap out there, and he just dominated this entire race.
And he's won the race. Well done, Keith. Wins the Division 2 race, wins the overall race in race 2. Well done to Keith. Absolutely fantastic for him. But now back to this 3rd place battle, because it's still raging on. Will as bad as all, and Florida Man doing synchronised drifts. Blake takes the 3rd place, and is he going to run out of fuel?
It's going to be close. I think he's out.
He's almost out.
He's
out.
gonna be cutting
He's
it
out.
close. He's out now.
Florida man's gonna get him.
He's just gonna get it. Blake gets it.
Out as well. Florida man ran out of fuel as well. Bradders gets fourth. Incredible. What a race. And
that would have been a lot closer, but going to the hairpin, Florida man went really wide, and Blake threw the car up in there. No contact made, but it was a very tight pass there.
TY for the win in GTLM. Well done to TY. He wins the GTLM race for this one. Well done to him, Division 1 winner. And Woo Woo is going to take a good second play. Or is he? Neil Farmack on the line. And Neil gets it. It's a Corvette 1-2. Neil Farmack gets it on the line. What a finish. The Corvettes, like you said, they will and always will finish in order.
And that was a very good race by the Corvettes today, and also that drag race down to the end, almost like race one.
That was incredible. Who would have thought an endurance? The IMSA endurances are much more exciting than the European ones. Yes, you heard it from me. I don't care. Haters, you're going to hate. But anyway, let's get some replays in of the action, followed by the results and the overall standings after round one. Now, unfortunately, guys, the hard drive that I had all the results on everything, unfortunately got corrupted, so we are having to skip this, but in future, obviously, I will be live streaming these races. I've got the first 3 rounds on video, which I'm going to put up like this, but then I'll be doing the results live as we do it, so apologies for that. So as we come back from that, it is Keith who is your overall winner and Division 2 winner in that one. A dominant performance there by Keith, Will.
Yeah, Keith had a dominant performance in that race, and really once he got out there and got that strategy going, there was no catching him. No one could even stay with Keith. So great job by Keith and working that race out like he did. And
an absolutely good, brilliant victory for Keith. And MGR second in that one, as you saw there as well. And Blake just getting across the line in front of Bradders, and obviously Blake and Florida man running out of fuel on the line there. And then we got TY there in obviously winning the GT race as well. A good performance there by TY. Didn't look like it would work at first. He had a lot of reserve fuel at the end there. Again, Willie had a quarter of a tank left at the end, so he actually had room to play with as well.
Yeah, and he did, and that ended up kind of working out a little bit for him there, having that extra, not have to worry about it, and that's always great, is not having to worry about that little extra fuel. So that really ended up playing in his favor a little bit.
And that race at the end between Neil and Woo Woo, thousandths of a second in it, absolutely as close as you can get across the line. That is typical sort of Daytona Blue Moon fashion.
Yeah, it really is. That was a great race between them two, and again, GT was a really good race, but all around from prototype down to the end, it was nonstop. Only had a few laps to really take in a breather, and then after that, it went right back to it. So that was
only get a breather in LPB.
Well,
in the LPB, we only get a breather when the race is done, mate. we don't get a breather otherwise. But just I want to see what your comments are on Bradders' performance in that. Obviously, good performance, but just a bit reckless at times.
Yeah, he had the pace to stay up there. It was just really reckless at times, especially that incident at the beginning of the race with the GT cars. And also, I think that's going to be looked into with that incident with Steve Paramore blocking traffic. I don't know if that was just by accident or what happened, but that really helped that gap out. I mean, you just tell it at the end it didn't work out because he ended up losing the car on 2 different occasions. But that was really risky moves that he was making from time to time. But only one really bad incident came out of it, and it's a really tight track. So next week it's going to be a little more open. So it's going to see if the lapping can improve a little bit.
But yeah, they need Dr. Ulrich back in that Audi team to sort of get things on the back on the flip side. But good race there by everyone there. Good racing by all. Thank you for joining me for that one, Will, and we will see you guys next time for round 2, which will be at Dragon Trail Gardens, which is Will.
It's going to be replicating the Sebring 12-hour. That's the only track we could find that even looks somewhat like it. So next week is going to be a really good race between everybody trying to fight out for that second race.
Yep, and a home track for yourself. So we'll go over to Dragon Trail Gardens. We'll see you over there. And take care, everyone.